I've been cock-blocked by the system numerous times. Last night, I went into a bar, started chatting to this American girl, and Americans like Irishmen. They're very easy for Irishmen to pull in Ireland, right? And I know a lot about IQ research, and I always just bring up the conversation because I don't care. And I started glorifying her as she's American and white because she had less, inbreeding depression because she was a mixture of all Europeans, and that white Americans had higher IQ than Europeans. And she was loving it. And she was obviously a bit liberal, but she wasn't that bad because she was entertaining the conversation. And obviously it was going to it was going to continue. But then I went to order the drink after, and the man behind the bar was obviously a bug man. Said, "Well, that'll be your last pint." So I turned around and called him something offensive and left the bar because I was going to get chucked out. What for? Because I was using intellectual conversation to make someone listen to me talk. Isn't that exactly like what armies do when they take over another country? They go in and shoot all the best men because they know that they can keep the weaker men contained. So that's what society's like now. Like that's not the first time. That happens to me all the time. I have women, their friends scare them away from me because, her friends are feminist LGBT freaks, and yeah, her friends are average, but I'm above average, especially compared to her friends. If you take sporting ability and IQ into it, I'm way above average. If you combine those two factors, I'm way, way, way above average. Like, there's not many men who are really good at sport and have high IQ. I know it's a bit arrogant, but it's true. So I'm like, I won't back down, and I just lead the show on these conversations. And I was working at the bar, and the man wouldn't hire me again because the girls were chatting me up at the bar because he was jealous. So that's twice where the system has come in and cock-blocked me in recent times. So that means, like, incels are correct. People say that incels don't accept responsibility of an external locus of control instead of internal. But no one ever talks about whether their descriptions of reality are correct. This is why psychology is absolutely nonsense. Am I supposed to take responsibility for that and say it's my fault for being more dominant and taking control of the situation and, being attractive to females, pissing off the boss? Is that my fault that they wouldn't serve me a drink or kick me out of the bar or wouldn't employ me again? Is that my fault? Or is that what a weak man does? A weak man says it's his fault when it isn't. You know what I mean? That's what weak men do. That's why you have so many weak, desperate men who just line up with whatever destructive opinion the regime puts out, or the policy the regime puts out, in hope of some horizontal collaborating woman going out with them. That's what the system's doing. The strongest men right now are being castrated by the system, and the incels are correct. Their external locus of control is just a description of reality. The system is turning modern men into eunuchs and trying to cordon women off into dysgenic fertility. So, yeah, incels are courageous. They're superior to other men. Men with internal locuses of control, like, this is fictional. Men who say it's their fault when it's not are the worst kind of men. There's nothing worse than that. That's called cowardice. and you can put psychobabble onto it all you want and dress it up with statistics and correlation all you want, but it doesn't get to this key fact that people who say it's their fault when it's not are the worst form of men.